First time he hit this guy really clean, he hurt him, and that changed everything. Sort of caught Molitor, not necessarily leaning, but that uppercut, the right uppercut. The crowd stunned into silence.
And you saw Molitor's face there, his eyes still glassy. When he got up, his eyes did not look good. He backed right up to the ropes, and that was it. I'm shocked, Nick. I really did think we'd get a distance fight here.
Me too.
Molitor, we said what a good defensive fighter he was, but the fact of the matter is he was stepping up in class tonight, and stepping up in class or not, he had never fought anybody who fights like Caballero. Nobody has fought anybody who fights like Caballero. It's not a style you can easily adjust to.
Steve.
And it was Caballero from the start.
He was outclassed. He was never in the fight. You know, he couldn't solve a thing. He looked confused, bothered by Caballero. People have been before. You talked about the awkwardness, but Caballero had been beat, you know, by some tough guys, but not world champions. But this turned out to be a mismatch. There's the winner, congratulating the loser for making it easy, Steve.
Watch the right hand. It's a right uppercut to the left side of Molitor's face. It landed flush, and look at how Molitor kind of landed on half his torso. He got up.
Look at his legs.
He would not have gotten up without the ropes. That's pretty clear right there. And look at his eyes, too. They're glassy. Here it is again. And very interesting that Caballero set it up with a punch to the stomach. That takes the opponent's eyes away from the shot that might be coming at the head. It's a very smart combination. And clearly it worked as well as, and Molitor almost fell out of the ring there, Nick. One more time, watch the left to the body and a right uppercut. Molitor was square. He gave Caballero a lot of room to punch there.
Sounded like he hit him, like he ran through him like a train. They didn't really look like they were major league shots, but the legs, the eyes, everything pointing that Steve Molitor was not going to ever get into this fight.
All right, the count is over here. Molitor was ready to continue, it seemed.
Well, let's see how far gone he is when they stop it. Straight shots.
You think that shot was flush? Pretty close.
4 shots. I think it's a good stoppage. Here we see again Stefan LaRouche telling Molitor it's not the Steve Molitor after 3 rounds. Well, he was right. Steve Molitor had never lost until now. Essentially, the corner said that this guy, Celestino Caballero, was an hombre they couldn't overcome, even here in Canada, as we go to Jake Gutierrez with the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Luis Pabon stops this contest at 52 seconds of the 4th round. The winner by TKO victory, and now the unified 122-pound champion of the world, Celestino Caballero.
Loser for him.
Steve Molitor came apart at the seams, courtesy Celestino Caballero. The one prediction we were right on, Caballero fighting in hostile territory, completely unfazed. Steve Molitor, to our shock, completely outclassed from the opening bell. He came in primed, in condition, but he just never had focus. I don't think he landed a sharp, accurate punch in the 4 rounds before melting down against Celestino Caballero. And Caballero almost seemed to know he had his number within 1. Let's go to Steve Farhood in the ring right now.
Steve, obviously shocking. Do you even know what happened?
Yeah, I couldn't get off tonight. I felt cold right from the get-go. I was letting him land those body shots on the inside when I shouldn't have been. And, he was a better man tonight. Congratulations to Caballero. He fought a great fight, and he's a unified champion.
After the first round, Stefan LaRouche, your trainer, said you were tight. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, I felt real tight going in. I was trying to get loose in there, and, his reach, he had a good reach, and he used it to his advantage.
Stefan, let's bring you in for a second here. The referee says he stopped the fight, but you were on the apron as well. Were you looking for the referee to see you so he would stop the fight?
You know, we don't need to throw the towel, but the referee couldn't see me, so I threw the towel in between at the same time, and he stopped the fight. I don't think Steve could defend himself anymore at that moment.
Steve, you seemed willing to continue after you got up from the knockdown, but you were almost on your way down again when the fight was stopped. Were you in any kind of condition to continue at that point?
You know, it's hard to say right now. I have to watch tape. You know, when the fight was over, I felt like I could continue, but you know, Stefan's the man in charge, and so was the referee. So they thought the fight should have been stopped. So you know, that's what happened.
Was there any way to prepare for a guy this awkward, and is that the reason that he was so difficult to fight?
You know, I just didn't fight my fight tonight. You know, it's not that he was that awkward. You know, he was slow like we expected and hit a long reach like we knew he did. You know, I just couldn't get off tonight. I didn't fight my best fight, and you know, sorry to all my fans.
Steve, good luck. Stefan, thank you. Nick?
Well, the question is, where does Steve Molitor go from here? You know, was he unmasked by Celestino Caballero? He was completely overwhelmed by him, as he admitted. You know, it's difficult to get into a fighter's head and why he was cold and why he couldn't get into the fight. He sparred 150 rounds, they told us, for this. Was he overtrained? Who knows? Again, he was overwhelmed. Celestino Caballero, the winner and double champion at 122 pounds, is with Steve now.
It's a little crazy in here, as you can imagine. Samson Lukowitz will translate for us. Did Celestino sense from the very beginning that his opponent was really not in the fight?
Entonces te diste cuenta enseguida de que el campeón no estaba a tu altura.
Bueno, gracias a Dios todo salió correctamente. Trabajamos fuerte para esto y sabíamos que Molitor tenía que estar súper preparado para la súper preparación que yo tuve. Así que yo salí a hacer mi trabajo y gracias a Dios pude cumplir con este nuevo reto que se me enfrentó.
He said that he worked very hard for this fight. He know what he be the end, and he tried very hard, and God helped him to come with this victory.
The knockdown punch, the first knockdown punch, was a right uppercut. Before that punch, did he feel he hurt Molitor with every shot?
En el primer golpe de uppercut, entonces dice que lo había aminorado, o en el segundo.
No, ya yo me di cuenta que él no iba a aguantar mi uppercut o mis rectas porque lo había tocado. Me di cuenta, quedó, antes que sonara la campana, quedó prácticamente noqueado en mi esquina.
He said that around before he knows that they have it almost knocked out because he saw that wiggling his legs, and the only thing he continued working hard to come up with this fabulous KO.
Did he sense fear in his opponent? Did he sense fear?
¿Tú sentiste que tenía miedo?
Claro, claro que sí. Molitor nunca ha sido un guerrero. Molitor es un boxeador muy fino, con una estampa de pelear para el público, pero no arriesgar. Eso es lo contrario de Pelenchín Caballero, que viene a enseñar que es un guerrero en el ring.
He said that Molitor is not a warrior. What he was is a fine, great champion, but only for the public, not for the fight. And Celestino Caballero is a warrior, a real warrior that he come to fight.
What's next? Who would he like to fight?
¿Cuál es el próximo para ti?
Bueno, Dios primero, aquí se encarga Samson y mi apoderado de esos pasos, pero sí le digo a los mexicanos que se pongan los pantalones y que se enfrenten a Pelenchín. Israel Vázquez, Márquez, estoy aquí, soy campeón unificado y el día que quieran, a la hora que quieran y en el lugar que quieran, yo estoy listo para ello.
Well, he said thank you to his team, but the most important thing is now he wants to continue unified, and for all the Mexicans to put his pens back and fight him, because doesn't believe that he have any pens, Marquez as well as Israel Vázquez. So he called every champion to come and face it, including Lopez.
Well, thank you. Celestino Caballero has 2 belts now, Nick. His win tonight, an unbelievably big statement.
Absolutely a defining moment for him in his career. No